Well, hello, everyone. How you guys doing today? It is me, Mr. Leonardo Garcia, also known as Mr. Get Off the Bench himself. And today we have a special guest. Let me not forget to introduce our very own Oprah, Miss Sonia B is a book. Ladies and
What's up,
gentlemen,
y'all?
we have Miss Sonia Brooks here. You know she's the host. I am just the mouth. You guys just
Oh
got
my
to
God.
deal with me today. And today we have the fly insurance guy, Mr. John Beverly.
What it
Yeah,
do? What it do? What it do, family? What's happening?
there you go. Without further ado, I'm going to give it over to the queen of the show. Go ahead, Miss Brooks.
Thank you, Leo, for that always wonderful introduction. And thank you, Fly Insurance Guy, for being on this evening. You guys, we're back with another episode, of the Roundtable. And it's a pleasure to have him on this evening. I found him on TikTok and he shares a lot of informational videos about life insurance. And y'all know that's my passion to educate people. And I was like, I gotta see what he about. And I thought he'd be a great addition on the show. I'm gonna let him tell y'all about himself. And then we're gonna get right on into it.
Yeah, man. I listen again. I appreciate you guys having me on this platform to be able to kind of share my story and my take on this business and how it has helped transform my life and put me in a better situation and also help me help families at the same time. So I've been in the game now for about 4 years, going on 5. I got into the business simply because, listen, my dad passed away without life insurance, right? That was my main focus. So my dad passed without life insurance. I wanted to figure out a way to make sure nobody else in my family members or friends would have to go through that situation. So that was my main reason for getting into this business. And I've been full speed ahead ever since. And it has blossomed. It has grown. I've grown an agency in the past 4 years. So I've been able to do that. But my sole thing is just to make sure that we get to educate as many people as possible and help as many people as possible. And over the past 4 years, we've been able to do it, and we're going to continue to keep doing it. So the Lord keep putting breath in my body every day. I can wake up and help people. That's what I'm going to do.
Mm.
So that's what it's all about. I'm sorry, about your father, man. I haven't lost a parent, so I can't imagine what it feels like. But God knows you have an awesome story, great inspiration as to how you got into the industry. I just got into it because I wanted to make a lot of money.
That part.
Like 8 years ago. That's what I wanted to make a lot of money, guys. Just keeping it hot. But once I
Yeah.
really learned how I was helping families, like he said, just trying to help as many people as I can with not just life insurance, but also the opportunity of helping other people. And in return, I'm doing great justice for me and my family.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%, man.
Leonardo, you
Well,
Texas.
I'm letting people know we're live.
Oh,
That's
let them
all.
know we live. It's Life Insurance Awareness Month, y'all. So
Yeah.
and we've been going live every day. I believe the Fly Insurance guy been going live every day too. On
Yeah.
TikTok. I think if I don't see him before I go live, I see him after I go live. So we up here spreading the facts and information about life insurance. If you have not, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any updates about the show. Um, we're also still trying to get to our first 100 subscribers, and we're 35 subscribers away. 35.
Let's go, people. Hit the
We're
subscribe button.
bootstrapping this.
Hit
We're
the
not
subscribe
cheating.
button. Let's boost. Let's go.
Yes, we're trying to give away some money, okay? Not just some lunch money. You might better take 2 people out to eat with you, okay?
Yeah, maybe some gas. Some gas money.
So before we start asking you some crazy questions, let me ask you something, man. Whereabouts? Because I was watching some of your videos. You still seem to be door knocking.
Man,
So
listen.
you're still door knocking. So before you answer and say what you're
Yeah.
about to say, tell us what city and state you are. Like where you door knocking at.
Right. Well, right now I'm in Gaffney, South Carolina. Right now,
South Carolina.
South Kakalaki in the house. Right.
Okay.
We're about 40 minutes south of Charlotte, North Carolina. So we're right here on the border.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, we're right here in the small city of Gaffney, just under the big city of Charlotte.
Okay, so
right.
you are still door knocking, huh?
Oh yeah, I do it all, man. I don't leave any money on the table. I'm coming to see you. Like and here's another thing, man. For me, like I try to set the example for my agents. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm a trailblazer, right? So I tell my agents that, hey, listen, if you're gonna get into this business, you need to learn how to do everything, right?
Mhm.
Whether that's door knocking, whether it's calling or dialing for leads, whether you're doing social media, whatever the case may be, learn how to do it all, because that way you will always have a fallback plan. If one thing don't work, I can fall back on this. And so I teach those guys how to dial and book appointments, and then what to say when they go door knock. Now everybody wants to do it from home, and everybody wants to be a social media mogul, but everybody can't be that. Somebody gonna have to door knock and dial.
That's
So
right.
you know what I'm saying? So I teach my people how to do that, and then I say, hey, go after it. If you want to create social media, create social media. If you want to, build your business that way, do it that way. But you always know you can fall back to the basics, and that's dialing and door knocking.
That's right. We
All right.
always, especially you, Leo, you always end up going back to the basics, because with all the innovations and technology, we don't want to forget about the basics. 'Cause there's plenty of people that's not on social media, so I love that. And like Coach always said, it's the and thing, not an or thing. So as you learn, just add it on. You ain't got to get rid of it, So
Mhm.
let me shout out a few of the viewers, and then I'm gonna go ahead and show the title, the topic for this evening, and then we'll go ahead and get right into some questions. So we got Takira watching from what, Pennsylvania? That's what it is. No,
Nah,
they in
shit,
New
New
Jersey.
Jersey. New
My bad,
Jersey.
Come
New
on,
Jersey
Jersey.
Bronx. We got Adrian. Adrian.
Adrian, New Jersey.
We got Lizette tuning in. If
From
you're watching,
Texas. In the
post
hospital.
where you're watching from so we can shout you out, okay? All right. So the topic tonight is, read that for
Are
me,
you
Leo.
set up to fail the
Mm,
final financial products you're not being told about?
Yes.
wow.
Are
What
you
is
being
that?
set up to fail? What is that? Are you? We're going to find out today with the Fly Insurance guy.
Right. And I got a couple
Indeed.
of different angles I'm coming from with this question, y'all. So I'm gonna let you, we're gonna talk about it from your angle first, and then I'm gonna see if anybody else pick up on the other angle.
Yeah,
All
Oh,
man.
right. So
Yeah,
you
go
think
ahead.
we're being set up to fail?
okay. Question number one. What are the financial products most agents don't talk about, but could be game changers for clients? And why do you feel like they aren't discussed more?
Ooh.
Woo!
Uh, I think the most underrated products in this business are the ancillary products, all of like the hospital indemnity products, the
Mhm.
cancer, heart attack, and stroke products. Like those products are the products that many people don't talk about. Like we talk about the life insurance part and the IUL and things like that, but we do not. Well, I take that back. I ain't gonna say we because I do, but the hospital indemnity, yo, game changer, absolute monster of a product that really nobody talks about,
Well,
right?
before you get to that, you're gonna have to
Mhm.
elaborate, and please, guys, please understand that you must be licensed to be able to do this. Now, before you start asking your upline, sideline coach or mentor, hey, what the hell is that Fly guy talking about? I want to be able to do that. Understand and correct me if I'm wrong. Don't you have to be health licensed for that?
Yes.
That is correct. 100%
Thank you.
correct. Yep. You have to be health licensed in order to sell the ancillary products outside of life insurance. So you're 100% correct
So now
on
you
that.
can elaborate what they do. What
Lord,
companies are you talking about? I'm
he
curious.
just started. He done threw a whole nother angle in. I said I had another
Yeah.
angle, and he started off
Yeah.
with a whole different angle. We ain't even
See?
talking about life insurance right now. We talking about,
Right.
well, life
Uh-uh.
insurance, but
Yeah, see,
health product.
you said financial product. You ain't
Right.
say specifically life or health, right?
And
And
this
like
is
I said,
exactly, you're
exactly.
right.
That's just one of those things that people don't think about. So the ancillary products are amazing, and they are the most underrated product source in our business, at least in my opinion. So let's talk about hospital indemnity, right? So, I have a hospital indemnity plan, $30,000, or let's just say we won't say 30,000. Let's say $1,500 a day, right? So if I go into the hospital and I have to stay overnight as an actual patient, that policy is going to pay me $1,500 per night that I am in the hospital. So if my stay is 4 days, that's $1,500 times 4 that I'm going to get back from that policy. Why is that important? Man, y'all seen the bills? You know what a hospital bill look like? Yeah. Guess what? I can use that money to pay for some of those bills that's going to knock me over the head, right? That is a huge product that people don't associate with life and health insurance, and it is super underrated when it comes to this business. So that's my one. And look, I have like everybody in my family, I got hospital indemnity policies on everybody, right? Because I told you, listen, you go in a hospital, I need for that plan to pay you. I need you to get paid.
Is it expensive?
While you sit on your butt. Is it expensive? Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. So for me, with a hospital, and I do have the one for $1,500. So for me, I think I pay $60 a month for that policy. So it's not like it's an outrageous premium. $60. And here's the thing about it, guys. Here's what people have to understand. Yeah, you may be healthy now, but like my daddy used to always tell me, son, keep living. Keep living. Just keep living. Right. And so as you keep living, guess what? The body starts to break down. Things start to happen. Things happen. Right. So you have that plan in place just in case something happens. You go in the hospital for a couple of days. Boom. I got $3,000 coming my way when I get out. We good.
That was a good one. Unexpected.
And that's definitely a conversation that I don't hear people talk about. You know, I'm licensed to do those products, but in just overall a lot of agency trainings, you don't hear about those products. And I agree that I didn't think about that. Like I didn't think about that.
All right. We hit you over the head with one.
Yeah, man.
Like coming
from left field.
He already sidelined it. Like that was good. I didn't think about that. So y'all, if you don't have your health license, you might want to think about getting your health license because that hospital indemnity is where it's at. Yes. And you can get paid for a lot. Even like going to your regular doctor visit. Sometimes your co-pays, you know, that check can help cover your co-pays and have something left over, you know? And so that's a great product that I definitely agree is not talked about enough.
And you know what? And you can get your payment in two ways. So you can either get it in a lump sum, right? So you say, okay, if I want to do a $2,000 or $3,000 lump sum, or 10, like you even got some that you get $10,000 lump sum, right? So you can get either a lump sum or you can get it done by day you're in the hospital. For emergency services, like it's like there's a lot of different things with the hospital indemnity plan that people don't know about.
Right.
Wow. Man, don't tell them all the secrets. I feel like we're gonna have you here for a part two. So let's
talk about that. Because we do tend to focus more on the life, but I mean that's something that needs to be talked about. So yeah, you'll be coming back up here, bro. Do you believe some agents are intentionally leaving out key financial strategies that could benefit their clients? And if so, why?
So yeah, I mean, listen, if we want to be honest, I think a lot of our captive agents are, leaving out a lot of information out there. And the reason for that is because, of course, if they don't have the product, why would I push it? Why would I say that this product is better than this one if I don't have it? Like, why? Like, what am I going to release information about something else if I'm not able to sell it? Right? Like I get, and I hate to say this, but I get into many arguments with people, on TikTok, and I tell them, I say, here's what like captive agents are like this. Like if you work for Adidas and I work for Nike, but your client wants Nike, but you can only sell Adidas, well, you ain't gonna talk real good about a Nike. You only gonna talk about Adidas.
Right.
And the reason for that is because you want to be able to sell the Adidas to your clients. And that's what happens with a lot of captive agents is they don't release all of the information, or they'll give misinformation about certain products and services that are out there so they can kind of create fear, to those clients about, okay, well, I don't need to get that. Let me get your product instead of just like going through the entire deal, telling the client about every single component. Like if you're gonna do this business, you got to educate, right? So educate your clients instead of trying to be negative in terms of one product over the other. And I think that those agents do that. One reason I think they're taught to do that,
Yeah.
which is terrible. Which is terrible, in my opinion. Like they're teaching you're being taught that, which is awful. And then the second thing is they just don't have that product selection to be able to help their clients with whatever their wants and needs are, right?
Right.
I think that's the biggest reason why that happens.
I'll
Unfortunately,
tell you about they're not taught to do that in some cases. They're just not taught not to. See, when they're captive, especially what people are going after right now are greenies.
yes.
When you're a greenie, if you don't know what that means you're brand new, just got your license and you're ready to go. You're just brand new. When you're that person, they're just going to tell you about what they do. They're not going to educate you on the spectrum of life insurance. And if you come into a brokerage, depending which one and which leader or what hierarchy you come under, you might only learn about certain carriers. I'm going to say this. As an agent, you have several, but I'm going to say 2 key jobs. All right. 1, educate yourself on any and everything that has to do with life insurance. I've said this to a few agents the other day. Start with social media. I'm not telling you that what people say on social media is the Bible. What I'm telling you is you're going to hear terms, then now you can look up, because here's the thing. Some things you just don't know. But if you hear IUL, what's an IUL? That's an IUL. Okay, this person says it sucks. This person says it's good. I don't understand. Yep. Now do the research. Now you know what IUL is. Yep. So learn the terminology. So educate yourself. The next real big job or thing you have to do is educate the people in front of you, even if you can't help them with that product. I'll tell you what, I wasn't great at IULs, but I knew once I got out of my captive situation and I learned the world of insurance and everything started to come to my head, I would match that person with somebody that I knew that was good in IULs in other companies I work with. And it didn't bother me. I didn't get, yes, everybody wants to get paid. It's a secret in the industry. We all want to get paid. But I'm not going to worry about if I go to your house and I'm sitting with you, I'm not going to walk away because I can't help you. I feel it's our job to either direct them in that direction, make a phone call from there, like this is who wants to be a millionaire, call your lifeline, or be able to help the person. But you can't do any of that if you don't educate yourself, because the test is not how we help people.
You saying something right now. You preaching out here. You preaching with that.
It's hard for me to like wrap my brain around the fact that everybody that's in this industry took the exact same class and learned about all these products, right? But you don't believe what you were taught in the class. Like that just really it blows my mind. And like you said, I love networking. Like I don't have my Series 6, whatever. I don't do investments, right? But if I have a client that wants to know about investments, I'm gonna call my Primerica friends that got investment license. But I'm gonna
that's your connection. Somebody right.
But you think they call us when they run into somebody that want whole life? No, they don't. Well, I won't say that.
I got a guy in New York Life that always sends me people because they not do like final expense really well. They're really strict on the underwriting, and I might not talk to this guy for 6-7 months.
Right.
I promise you, he'll call me and I'll be like, "What's up? How you doing?" He'll be like, "I'm sending this lady to you," and he tells me we denied him because they got cancer. I'm like, "Okay, I got the company for him."
Right.
And he personally connects me to the people because he believes in the same ideology we do. Help the person.
Help the
Facts.
person, whether you can do it or not, and that's what it's about. I tell people I'm the solutionist. Like if I can't help you, I have a whole network of people that can,
Absolutely.
On that point, before you go to the next question, which I know we all have like minds, here's another thing I want to leave out for all the agents out there. Network. She said it. She said it, and it's great because it's one of the things we do on this platform very well is that we network with people from all different companies, and
Right.
what we stay in contact and we help one another out. That's what when we get to the platform, when they leave the platform, we're a family now. Now we can talk. We're not trying to cut each other's head off. It's not even friendly competition. I'm telling you to network because there's 3 things that help you get by in this business. You want longevity? Here it is. Know what you know what you don't know, and here's the best one: know someone that knows what you don't know. And this is how you do it, through networking. You do that, you get longevity in life insurance. Otherwise, you become part of the 92%. Next question.
There you go.
We got a comment. Don Trey. What's up, Don Trey? He said your network is your network. That's right. That is absolutely right. That is something that I live by.
Absolutely.
You should too.
Absolutely.
All right. Next question. We probably already touched on it because these questions kind of lead into the next question. But what is the biggest misconception about life insurance and financial products that most people believe? And how can this misinformation hurt their long-term success?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest misconception is that people believe that life insurance can be set up to be a scam.
Oh, damn. I like this guy. I was hoping you said that.
It's set up to be a scam. That's the biggest misconception. And the thing I tell my clients is that what the biggest scam is? The biggest scam is that you're actually leaving your people with bills. You're leaving your people with responsibility that you should have taken care of. That's the biggest scam, because now you're going to be taken out of somebody else's pocket to take care of your responsibility, right? So that, to me, that's the biggest scam, right? But no, the biggest misconception to most people, especially people who look like us, is that life insurance is a scam, right? And the reason I think it's that way is because, true enough, maybe somebody that they know or had a personal relationship maybe had a life insurance situation that went awry, right? It does happen. And I think that happened because either the agents are not trained properly, they didn't explain the products to the people properly. And so therefore, when the death happened or whatever took place, they wouldn't explain the situation of the policy, right? And I think that's the biggest thing, and that could be an agent flaw, it could be a company flaw, or sometimes it could be a client flaw who just didn't read through the policy, right? So it could be a little bit of everything tied up in there, but that's the biggest misconception. And because of that misconception, people will negatively talk about life insurance, don't get it, you shouldn't have it, or it's going to be a scam, it's not going to pay out, that those products are not good. So all kinds of miscommunications and misinformation is just spread about life insurance because of set a particular situation.
As an educator, I'm going to have to speak on this one, Sandra. I'm sorry, I have to. I'm going to tell you another reason why. Well, you touched on it, why they think it's a scam. But then I'm going to have to put some things in people's face. They might not watch us anymore, but it's okay. Yeah. So, some agents, unfortunately, forget to tell people about the 2-year waiting period for those type of products.
Yeah.
Because some of them are same-day coverage. Let me repeat that. Some are. Most cases are. Correct. Now, being that some people aren't told, because here's the truth. Some clients are sold, not educated. There's some people walking around with the license we have, they know how to sell, and you are being sold. Yes, you, the consumer, the client, are being sold. I'm sorry to say it happens. But here's the issue. You're not reading.
Right.
You're not asking for your policy. You're not looking through the policy, finding another agent to read it for you if you can't read it. I don't care what age you are. You're not finding a nephew, a niece, a son, a daughter that's willing to sit down and read and call one of these many brokers all around your neighborhood to help you, because they will. Because one of the things we do is we will rat on that other person.
That is
Oh, they didn't tell you it's a 2-year wait? Let's call them right now.
Yep.
We will do that because there are a lot of great agents out there that are there to help. You're just being sold.
Yep.
And you know what's crazy? Nobody buys appliances that way. Nobody buys IKEA furniture that way. Nobody buys cars that way. You know what they do when they don't understand? Phones that way. You know what's the first thing they do? Most cases, unless they're millennial, they're looking for the directions. How does this work? Where's the power button? They learned. Now's when we know that universal power button. It took a while. People had to be educated, but they learned that's the universal power button. And they look for it, and they look on every device. But they get a life insurance policy, and they say, oh, my God, my uncle died and didn't pay out. Did anybody bother to read?
Nope.
Right.
Anybody. And this is the second thing they do. They buy a policy, and they stay quiet about it. Because if the family knows I have a policy, they're going to kill me. Why? They're not the beneficiary. This is dumb things. They scam themselves. So as a consumer, we have, as agents, we have a responsibility to do our job and educate. Great. We don't. What's the backup? Read your paperwork.
Read the policy.
That's why I tell my clients, I'm like, look, when you get it, don't take my word for it. I ain't lying to you, but I'm going to call you after I know you should have got that policy. And 9 times out of 10, they don't read it. I think another reason why people have such misconceptions about life insurance is because, like you said, most people like us, nobody ever left us nothing when they died. So they don't believe in it, you know? So it's a mindset and it's a pattern because nobody left us any money. Most of us are used to your family die, you do what you got to do, you know, to take care of it. And there's no life insurance in place. And so if you haven't experienced that, it's hard to believe in something.
Right.
But again, it's all about educating yourself. And there's plenty of people that have successful stories behind life insurance because, you know, it ain't just for burying people and stuff like that. So
they're coming out of the woodwork now. Master P, Waka Flocka, all these people are
Absolutely.
talking about it. Let me ask you, Sandra, how long you been in the industry already?
almost 8 years now.
How long have you been in the industry, Fly Guy?
4 years.
4 years. And now, even when me and Sandra started, there was not much talk about insurance on any social media platform. It was minute.
Right.
I'm sure that in the last 4 years since you've been, it's been so much. There is a plethora.
Right.
People are looking. I want a female that's you could be specific about what kind of agent you want. I want a female with blue eyes, nice complexion, hair about to here, and a sweet voice. I'm gonna listen to her. You can be whether they're giving good or bad information, you could be picky. When I started, you actually had to like almost people knew it was Colonial Penn because it was a commercial, and they all fall for it. Everybody falls for it. I got that $10 special. Yeah, you got $1,000.
Right. It's $700 for
I'm about to say $700 something
$700 for
This is the part that kills me with social media and TV and so many young people hearing about it now. It can't be taken as a scam anymore. I would not accept that as an objection ever again. It's a scam. I'll be like, okay, then you're just living in the dark ages.
So you know how I know life insurance is not a scam? So
how?
Here and just pay attention and you'll see it. It's the last thing people want to talk about, but it's the first thing people bring up when someone passes away.
Right.
That should tell you right there that it's not a scam. Because if it was a scam, nobody would bring it up.
Every funeral.
Did they have a life insurance policy?
Do they have a policy? How you look up a policy on a dead person? I be like, well, it ain't. Hey, if you was the beneficiary, hopefully somebody let you know. But they do. That's the first thing they want to know because now somebody's pocket's about to be hit.
Exactly.
Instead of thinking about it beforehand, like I tell people all the time, you got older people in your family, y'all can get together and get a policy on that person. you know, but people don't like to come together because everybody want to make sure they're going to get paid. They're not worried about having to pay out later. And it's just sad. It's all about mindset, man. People choose to believe in what they want to believe in.
Big facts.
Okay. So, how do you decide which financial products to offer to your clients? Are some agents pushing products that benefit them more than the client?
But let me start with the last question first. Let me start with that one first, and then we're gonna work this thing backwards.
We gonna put it in reverse.
Are some agents pushing products that benefit they pockets? 100%.
Yes.
Not even close. Even like, and I'm not necessarily talking about just the captive agents. I'm even talking about some of the non-captive folks. They
Right.
do it as well with
Mhm.
bad IULs, right? So there are like people will go over and beyond to push their product to benefit them, right? As
Mhm.
opposed to doing what's best for the client. You know, you get those people that say, well, I'm a fiduciary and I do what's best for my client, right? You know, we hear that all the time. So, so 100%, yes. People are gonna think about their pockets, right? They,
Right.
you know, people who push bad products out there, they're only thinking about themselves. That is 100% true when it comes to that, right? And then how do I decide which financial product? So here's how I operate, guys, and it's super simple, right? We said the word educate, right? We said that earlier. Educate. So when I sit down with a client, I'm going over information. I educate, and y'all listen. I was I taught school for 13 years. I got a master's degree in education.
You got
Right?
2 educators on. Okay.
Hey, come on.
That's how y'all get along.
So I actually educate. So I'm telling the client about, hey, here's what a term policy is. Here's how it works. Here's what the living benefits are. Here's a situation if this happens, this is what's going to happen with this policy. Here's what whole life is. Here's what IUL is. Now, based on your budget and based on your current situation, which one of these works best for you, your family, and your situation? And that's how we come up with what product works best for that client. At least for me, that's how I operate. I don't know if you guys do anything differently, but that's what I do, right? Because we can get in here and push term policies all day, but if you don't qualify, baby, you can't get no term.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's
And
right.
yeah, and even instant decision and all that. Listen, I'm gonna say something though, because I always keep the integrity of all agents, because you know what, they do go through the school, and yeah, there's bad people in every industry, guys. I don't want clients to start being, oh my God, are you good or bad? Tell me your credentials. Who are the last? Like we're not gonna go through all that.
Right.
Let me say this, and I say it almost in every show. No matter what life insurance agent you come across, they're leaving you in a better situation than they found you. Whether they got something to feed their pockets, something is going to give them more commission, whether they're giving you a captive product or someone that they left you as the client in a better position than you were the day they found you. But here's the thing. Again, we have to really point the finger at each other.
Yeah.
Because after you get that policy, oh, I'm gonna let out a secret now. The agents are probably not gonna like. Oh my God. Oh, I don't know if I should do this, Sandra. We're gonna lose. We're never gonna make it to 100 this way. You have a 30-day free look period.
Not 30. It's 15.
Not in all policies, baby, but I'm just letting you
Some
know
of
that.
them,
You
but they do got a free look period.
You got a free look period.
And I've been told by
shoes, when you buy shoes, right? If they don't fit, you take them back to the mall, right?
All right.
When you buy clothes online, if it don't fit, what do? You send it back to Shein. That's right. I'm telling you, I know Shein.
Yeah, Temu may not be able to do it, but Shein, they'll do
it. Do the same things with your policy. Once you get it, it took. Look, today we went on with a PSA announcement, and I haven't received a call, and I'm okay with that. We put out information not to receive anything. We just like to give. but I'm not sure if Sonia has yet, and I don't know how many people you have gotten, Fly Guy, but this should be no reason. I don't care if you got the policy yesterday or 6 years ago. Why you don't get your policy checked out to see if you got the new one, the old one, participating, not participating. Is your policy way too expensive that you bought it 6 years ago and you could get the same policy now for less and you bought it 6 years ago? Like, why aren't you checking this out? I mean, I didn't know any better when I started.
Yes.
But there's companies out there that the policy is expensive, not only the day they bought it, but still 6 years later, you could come by with a different company, give them the same thing. Don't talk to me about all these little gimmicks that they give you extra, because every company has something like that.
Right.
All right. I'm being real. I'm being raw, and people are not going to like it. I know they're not. We're still waiting for certain guests to come up here. But there's some plans that come with a little thing that's better than the other. But you know what? Some people really can't afford that. I've gone to projects. Do you guys know what the projects are? Yeah, like New Jack City, those kind of projects. Like for real, they don't have chairs. They have more cats than people in the house. They have milk crates as chairs. And we're gonna go there and charge them 150 for 10,000 when you know there's somebody will give it to them for 30.
Right.
Like you guys really got to check out your policies. Every policy serves a different purpose. Right. Every IUL serves a different purpose. Every whole life serves a different purpose. All you have to do is get it checked out. And I'm not telling you check it out every year. Buy it. Check it out, and once you feel comfortable with what you got, keep it.
Yes,
just keep it. Don't go crazy, always trying to get the best deal. That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. Yeah,
Right.
That's ridiculous. I'm not telling you to be crazy. Like if you buy a Honda Accord, right, and it was a good price, and it's lasting you some time, you don't have to go check if there's another Honda Accord for a cheaper. You're always gonna find something cheaper. Remember, sometimes cheaper is exactly that, cheaper. And when you die, you're not there to defend yourself and say, damn, they told me, man, that was a cheap product. You're dead. It's over.
Right.
So,
You know, it's amazing you say that, because I had a client, matter of fact, just today, and you could say she got a policy like 3 years ago. And it was a guarantee issue policy, by the way. And those, you know, those are already a little bit more expensive than the norm. And so I went over there and we did a policy review with her. And literally, I could probably I did find her a policy that was cheaper. But what I told her, I said, you don't understand how your policy works, do you? No, what you mean? No, I understand. I said, well, you know, you had the 2-year waiting period on this policy, correct? Because of your pre-existing conditions. Now, I can find you another policy for cheaper, but here's the thing. If I put you in that policy, that time starts all the way back over. Right. So you got to stop like pocket shopping. Keep what you got, because if somebody come over here and replace this thing, your clock starts all the way back over. You may not have another 2 years. So you got you got to be smart. So people always do stuff like that. Like you said, just shop. Always trying to find the next deal.
Just add more. There is a good question there.
Fans out here, the fly insurance guy.
Before we answer this question, just so you know, the premise of our platform is that we pretty much answer all questions. There's you don't have to hide, so you can answer that question.
What was the question? What
IMO?
I work for a National Agents Alliance, National NAA. All right, it's I want to say no, it's been around about 26 years, so fairly new. Based out of Burlington, North Carolina. Andy Albright is our CEO.
Oh, I know.
So, yeah, that's my IMO, NAA.
You got you a fan up here.
Yeah, man.
A fan. I like you.
Mr. Santos, my man. Appreciate you, brother.
Mr. Santos.
But yeah, so it sounds like we all on the same page with how we help our clients. What really frustrates me is when I see people posting asking what's the best life insurance to get. And I always comment, if anybody can answer this question, do not buy from them, because there's no way for them to know what's best for you. I'm like, there's hundreds of products, and and then you see them primary agents. Oh, get term.
Buy term and invest a difference. That's the best one. Buy term and invest a difference. That's the best.
And people look at shopping for life insurance like it's just cut and dry. You're not catching a flight, ma'am. You're not trying to take a little short trip. You are locking yourself in to pay
Yeah.
for something for the rest of your life that
It's
is
a commitment.
supposed to be doing something for you, and most people don't know how it works.
Yeah.
So that's definitely oh, somebody's called me from Miami.
I
They're
like
gonna have
this.
to wait.
Exactly. It's not a cookie cutter. You're
It's
right.
not a
No,
cutter.
not at
That's
all.
right.
Not at all. Look, it's 300 million people in the United States of America. Everybody can't get the same policy. Everybody won't qualify for the same policy. Come on, man.
Right. You want to read this one, Leo? I ain't even let you read tonight.
All right. It's all right.
can't
It's all right. I'm only I can't read. I'm illiterate. Anyway, what are the risks in relying solemnly on popular products? Oh, popular products like term life insurance without exploring more comprehensive options. I should say. Sorry.
Yeah.
That-
Listen, I tell you what. You get stuck out here with a term policy by itself, and then find out what happens. Right? Find out what happened. Get stuck out here. I told a lady today. You know, she said, "Well, baby, I got a Primerica policy." I said, "Great. How long you done had it?" "Well, I done had it since 1997. I said, "How old are you?" "I just turned 68. I said, "I can guarantee you that term policy about to get ready to expire on you. What you gonna do when it ends?"
Well, she's gonna pay $800 a month.
Yeah, she said, "Well, so she said, here's the thing. They said, well, I got it to age 90. I said, "Did they tell you that the premium was gonna go up on you?" "No, what you mean by that?" I said, "Look, come here. Let me show you what this. Let me show you what this looks like." Right. So we went through the policy with a shoulder. I said, "Now, you only got 2 years left before your premium skyrocket. You see what that says right there? It even tells you inside. When was the last time you read this thing?" "Well, I ain't never read it." That's the problem. That's the problem right there. So having a term policy is great. Just don't get stuck out here with just term by itself, because baby, you're gonna be in trouble. But like what my man say on you're gonna be in trouble.
I was thinking about the video where the guy's like, he's drawing on the whiteboard. He's like, "You're gonna F around and find out."
Right.
With a term policy while you want to. And again, nobody's against term, guys.
No.
You just have to understand how it works. And most people that only have term, it has not been explained properly. Just like people are selling accidental policies as whole life because they last your whole life, but you did not bother to ask them how, if it's going to pay out however you die. So agents know the terminology to sell you a product, and you don't know what to ask because you're the consumer. It's not your fault. But read the policy. I even told somebody today, even if you read the policy, a lot of times you may not understand the terminology, right? Because it's written in life insurance terms. So copy and paste it or upload your policy into Chat GPT and ask it to explain it to you in layman's terms.
Like, you just learned me something today.
I was against the Chat AI and all this AI stuff, but there's uses for it, guys. If you don't understand contract, even your contract with your carriers and your IMOs and your MLMs, upload that joint into Chat GPT and tell it to break it down in layman's terms.
We're about to be blacklisted.
Look, some folks are gonna be in trouble because of you.
Hey,
We're gonna get hit by cancel culture.
Hey, this is my YouTube channel. They can't cancel me, baby. But no, seriously, I'm just trying to help y'all because we do tell you to read your policy. Some of it is clear cut.
Yeah.
I had somebody tell me they had a whole life policy. I said, "Do you have the policy?" They was like, "Yeah." They had it. They knew exactly where it was at. I said, where it says policy type, what does it say? They said it says term, but I said, but it says term.
It say term. If it say term, it's term.
I have a question for both of you that's not there, and I'm curious on this because it's happened to me. Have you ever walked away from somebody because they're too insured or they have a lot of insurance? There's no such thing as two if they give you a good reason, but they have so much insurance. Have you just said, "I don't think you need any more"?
I've not that they had too much, but I had somebody that was concerned about their coverage, and there was no need for me to sell them a policy. They wanted
but you just didn't.
You said, "Well, I mean, I could have, but at the same time, I don't want no chargeback." You know what I'm saying? So if your need was already met with the plan that you have, baby, you got a good one. You've had it for 10, 15 years. If it's not a term policy, I'm not here to sell you. Now, if you want some more coverage, then I can get you some more coverage. But if you're telling me you just want to make sure this is a good policy, that's my job. Now, who else do you know need a policy review? You feel me? Like, give me some referrals. I helped you. Sometimes helping people is not making a sale, y'all.
Ooh.
Educate people. People respect you for just helping them. I talk to other agents that's not on my team, that's not even in the IMO, because they reach out to me. And I don't mind, because guess what? When they get tired of having to reach outside of their team because they see where the help really coming from, they might come over here. You know,
I've walked away from somebody that had just about every type of policy, but they were so paranoid every time they heard something in the news about something going on. They're like, I need a policy. I'm like, listen, you have a lot of, let's get your children some policies. I don't know who gave you all these policies, but you want to redirect this money, let's go this way. But I've seen that. And I don't know how many agents would walk away from a sale. That's why I asked.
A lot of them won't. They'll try to, if they got a term and a final expense and a IUL, they'll probably try to get them an annuity. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna make sure you are layered to death. Literally.
Let it go. Yeah, you're gonna die from paying these things. Anyway, next question.
Let me get to the question. Okay.
Do you think agents with limited product knowledge are doing a disservice to their clients? How can clients identify when they're not getting the full picture? Ooh, tough question.
It's some good questions. I'm sitting here reading them like, dang, okay.
These are good questions right here now. Do I think agents with limited product knowledge are doing a disservice? I think that they're doing what's in the best interest of themselves at times, or what's in the best interest of their company or IMO or whatever the case may be, because that's all they know. Well, no, I take that back. And you know what, you said it earlier, it's not all they know, because they study from the same book and the same stuff that we did, so they know these other products. But I just think that a lot of agents are just so brainwashed in their community, in their professional community, that, hey, what my upline says, this is what I need to be doing, right? Not knowing that may not be the best product for the client, or it may not be the best situation for that client, but the upline said to do it, so I need to do it. So I do think in some situations, I definitely think there's a disservice. Anytime you're not properly educating your clients, in general, there is a disservice, because your client needs to know full autonomy what these products are. What can I qualify for based off of my medical situation? Here's, what can I qualify? What can I get? Right? Because I get people all the time tell me that, well, I want a mortgage protection plan for $400,000, but I got cancer and I got COPD. Ma'am, sir, it's not gonna happen. well, they told me I can. They told me I can get it over there at Primerica. I said, well, you know what? You need to go to Primerica and get your policy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's a disservice right there. That's the misconception, that they think that, hey, everybody, just because you say term, everybody can get a term. No, that's not the situation, right? That it's like the wild west out here, man.
Term is harder than final expense.
Ain't no doubt.
Yeah. When people tell me they could get something somewhere else, I'm like, why you didn't get it? Don't give me no objection, honey, because I got a mouth, honey. Did you? I told I could get that. Well, why didn't you buy it? Did you get the approval? Because a lot of people going off of what people are telling them, but if it ain't been submitted and approved by the company, it's dead and null to me.
I even do that for agents who say that they want to come work with me, whatever the case may be, and then they be like, well, they told me that they pay me 100% over there. I said, well, why you ain't go over there? Right. What you going over here for? If they gonna pay you 100%, you need to go over there. You're shopping too much. It's just like the shopper. You're shopping too much. Stop shopping.
And if you're shopping by comp, I don't want you on my team either.
I answered this question with one thing, with a different terminology. Yeah, because we've gone over situations with this, but sometimes it comes to either ignorance or stupid. And there is a difference. I know some people are watching like, what the hell? Where's he going? See, When you're ignorant, you just don't know any better.
Right.
All right. So it's just ignorance. And you can get away with ignorance because we don't know it all. Even agents don't know it all. When you're stupid, you know better, but you still don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's a lot of stupidity. It's more stupidity than ignorance because, like you said, we all take the same test. And now, if you're going to be in a situation that you with a captive company, stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're selling final expense, stay in the 50 to 85 year category. Don't go sell final expense to a 20-year-old. Somebody like myself is going to find out and is going to be like, why do you have that? You're 20. You're probably healthy. Let me get you something better that's going to give you more coverage, last you way better. And you know what? You can actually get money from it while you're going to school and all this other stuff. Why does this guy got, oh, it was cheap, $30,000 for $50. Yeah, for $50, I could get you $100,000 IUL.
Well, right.
IULE.
Yeah, IUL.
And you can get approved right now.
Yeah, favorable.
We don't know what company that is.
The second part of the question about how do they know when they're not getting the full picture? Like, what are some things? How can they tell? You know, is there a way?
You gotta ask questions, man. They gotta learn how to start asking questions, and a lot of them don't know the questions to ask. But you know what? That's where research comes in. If you are going to be knowing that you're needing life insurance here, you need to start researching life insurance
before you call us. Don't call us and let's say I gotta research. That's a waste of time.
Right. If you talk to me, you ain't about to go research nothing. I am the research. I'm the information.
You know what? I even take that. I do stand by that point. But here's the other thing. They don't need to know what questions to ask. They need to know what needs they need to be met.
That part.
Because you can go forever with questions.
That's
like you said, you don't want I had a 70-year-old talking about they want term.
Huh?
You missed that boat about 40 years ago. Like,
I was like, do you know what term is?
No. Term doesn't have, you can't lease a car at the age of 70. You buying this. it's yours. You're gonna get the whole thing. Like, there is no renting. Sorry. Yeah. At the end of the day, I think that if you meet their needs,
yes,
at that point and time,
yes.
Like when you come to my house, I don't need to know what questions to ask. I know what I'm looking for. If I call for life insurance, just like when I go for car insurance, I know what I want. If there's more that comes with it, that's because you're educating me. Absolutely. But at the end of the day, I want something, and they'll tell you. They might not know the name, but you'll see a client, and here's your chance. Let's say, I'll give you an example. You have a 40-year-old. Hey, somebody like myself, my brother died at the age of 43, didn't have life insurance. I might call, don't know anything about insurance. Hey, I want to make sure that when I die, nobody has to go through what we just went through for my brother. So that burial stuff, they'll say like burial stuff. Now, an agent will be like, okay, if it's me, I would say, this is what you're looking for. But you know what? You're young, man. Maybe you just don't know what. That's where the agent has to come in to. I think the phrase should be educate today.
Yes.
You could look, this is what you want. I got it right here. This is what you want. But for the same amount of money, you could probably get this. And this is better. Let me tell you why. Now paint the picture. Now educate. You can give them what they want, but give them a little. Let them know what they can get. And now let them choose A or B. Either way, you win.
Yes.
Right. See, all agents not going to do that. You know, that's the whole point. That's why it is good for them to know what questions to ask. But I educate my clients by asking them questions.
Mm-hmm.
They answer those questions. That's the blueprint to what product that they're looking for. Right. And then I ask them, well, have you heard of an index universal life policy? You know, that way they don't feel like I'm pushing it, and they're making that decision themselves because they're answering questions.
Right.
But it's another question that's similar. Hold on, Leonardo. People need to start. Yeah, they definitely need to do research. It's all about trust. Amen. Amen. We got 2 more questions. I know we're coming up on 7:00. I appreciate y'all.
Listen, I'll stay until the people stay. We're rocking till the wheels fall off. How important is? Oh, that's you, Queen. I'm staying quiet. Miss Beaver Brooks, go ahead.
How important is it to educate clients on the lesser known financial products available to them? And do you think most agents are doing enough in this area? And we kind of touched on this a little bit.
Yeah. Definitely not doing enough. So
there's not enough agents. We're never gonna do it.
I mean, for me, like here's how, like if I, especially like my final expense clients, like when I work with my final expense clients, not only like when I show them, I give them 3 different, price breakdowns, right? So not only am I talking to them about the insurance, but then I'm also showing them inside of that they can couple it with a hospital indemnity policy, or a accidental death policy, just whatever the case may be. I'm just showing them something, and I'm explaining like how that works, right? So that way, I don't ever want to leave a house and they say that, okay, I could have qualified for this, but you didn't tell me about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why you didn't tell me about this? You can always call me back. They can call me back and say, hey, I heard about this hospital indemnity plan. Like, is that something I qualify for? And he'd be like, dang, I should have said that in the house. Right. So yeah, I think a lot of agents are transactional. So it's all about how can I get to the check quick? How can I get through the process quick to get to the check and write the policy, and then I get paid? So it's a transaction there instead of it being more of building a relationship. Because when you're building a relationship with a client, you are trying to figure out what their needs are. How can you help them? What other products they may qualify for that is based off of what their needs are associated with those plans. So that's what agents have to do now. Instead of just being so transactional, be ready to create relationships with people.
He's gonna have to explain that comment.
I done posted it. Break that down for us, Mr. Santos, for the people that don't know.
Break it down for the people in the back.
But yes, you're absolutely right, because when the client feels like you care about what's important to them and you don't go up in there with commission breath, because they can smell it.
They can smell it.
They'll start asking you about other products. I've called, people have reached out to me for simple plans, and because I don't just give them what they want, because I tell people all day, I don't do quotes. If you can't have a conversation with me so we can see what you want, you can go get a quote online. You can use my link and go get you a quote. But if you want to figure out what you really need and how to really leave your family in a better situation, then we can talk. And I've been in conversation. I'm like, well, look, I got this money in the bank. What should I do with? When you build that trust, that's what it's all about. The money will pour, honey. And if they ain't got it, they'll start telling their friends. So again, education is key.
I need to move to the South because you guys be talking with that honey, and you know what I'm saying? I'm from North Carolina.
Everybody's baby. Okay, baby, what can we do for you today?
If anybody got a pen and paper, I'm going to give you a note. Ready? For all of you that are looking to grow an agency, stop trying to steal the deal. Learn how to seal the deal. The difference is when you steal, you're running for a check, grabbing it and going. When you seal the deal, you should be able to call that person on Christmas and say, hi, Miss Smith. Merry Christmas. Oh, my God, Leo, how you doing? They should remember you. Oh, look at that. He broke it down. L, likability. T, trust. V, value. And, of course, you can't wait forever. You can't wait forever. You got to add the U for urgency. Don't let, if you're a buyer, don't sit there and say, let me think about it. You could die thinking. And if you're the one helping, sometimes you got to push people off the cliff so they can see if they know how to swim.
You got to paint that picture. You definitely got to paint that picture.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That pain point. The pain point is the urgency, y'all. If you give them the pain point, right? If you like me, I use my story as the pain point for my clients. I tell them, hey, look, my dad passed away. That joker didn't have no life insurance. Guess what? I had to come out of my pocket $4,000 that I did not have. Right? That took away from my family.
Right.
Do you want to do that to your family? Ooh, come on.
You gotta have a story. If you ain't lost nobody, tell somebody else's story. There's plenty of sad stories you can borrow from Facebook, Google, Safari. You can ask Alexa. They're gonna ask ChatGPT to write you up a sad story. You have to sell by telling stories, and it ain't a lie because this happened to somebody. You ain't gotta say it happened to you. Come on, y'all. This is the last question. Hold on, this look like the first question.
What's one financial product? Oh, I think that's the first one.
Yeah, it's similar. Okay, well, that's all the questions, y'all. Anybody got a question? Anybody got a question from the audience?
This was great, man. Fly Guy, you coming here. I know there's one thing I did understand from this. Look, I'm guilty of this. So I'm putting my guilt out there, and somebody posted it. Man, you just made me say to myself, I say it a lot, and there's going to be one of the agents out here that's going to yell at me because I say this a lot, but I promise that today or this weekend, I'm going to start doing it. I need to get my health license because this is the second thing that I heard. And I've heard about what you said for the first time, but I like IULs, and there's a part of an IUL that I can't do, which is crazy because I don't have my health license. And that's long-term care.
Here.
Yep.
Long-term care you could only do with a health license, and you know how that is, how needed that is. I think it's so overlooked because everybody thinks of life and death, but they don't think of that period that you might end up inside in the hospital or home, or like they don't think about that. Like my mom jokes, we joke around, and my mom's like, when I get older, you better not put me in no senior building. I don't want to. You better listen. Let me go. I'm not going into out. And I'm like, you ain't got long-term care. You're for damn sure living with me.
Right.
Long-term care. But we got one more question for you, Mr. Beverly. It's something that we ask all of our guests. I know you've been in the game going on 5 years, so we just want to ask you, and the people, I'm sure they want to know, what's your end game?
Great question. Great question. So, I am currently building a dynasty, right? I am building a business to where I can leverage it to be able to solidify my children's children. Like
okay,
I want.
Time out. Flag on the play. You're talking like a teacher. Flag on the play. Bring it back. Turn rewind. Speak
Yes,
English.
That's a question.
Yes, indeed.
Speak English. Normal English. Bring it back to the hood.
I'm just saying. Look, I'm building this thing. So my end goal is to build my company so that my kids can enjoy the fruits of my labor of what I'm creating right now. So I have an urgency to build. And I mean build quickly and build fast. So I'm teaching other agents how to get out here and run their business so that they can help their situation, but that's also going to help me in my situation and what my goal is. So that's my end game, right? That, and then to be able to educate as many people as I possibly can to not end up like my dad. I just don't want people to end up like my family. You know what I mean? Like not left well, not necessarily well off, but just having your business taken care of, man. Like, golly, y'all, like, man, you know how many people out here ain't got their business affairs in order?
You trying to be a generational curse breaker is what it sounds like.
Listen, we say it all the time. We in a fight against poverty, y'all. We are in a fight against poverty.
Poverty got some hands.
No doubt. Hey, look, poverty been winning for a long time.
Well, I had a 500-year head start.
Right. So that's facts. And look, and so since you said that, what can help close that gap? What can help close that gap? Exactly what we're doing right now.
That's education. I like that.
Exactly what we're doing right now can help close that gap.
How long do you, without telling your age, how long do you plan on having to work? Like do you have a time limit?
I mean, I'm gonna work because I love what I do. You know what I mean? Like I don't have a disdain for what I do. I love what I do. I love helping people. So as long as the good Lord sees fit for me to put breath in my body every day and for me to go out and complete my mission, I'm going to complete my mission. Now going in homes and doing all that stuff, I don't plan on doing that for about another 5 to 10 years maybe. Okay. That's gonna be about it.
No more milk crates for me.
Oh my God, this was great. I was excited about tonight just from your energy, from seeing you on social media. And I think this is one for the books. It's one of my favorite ones so far. and we definitely would love to have you back. Really,
Yeah, we will have we
bring
will have him back.
yeah, if he's willing. I mean, we don't know if he want to. We don't know if he like
He
us.
will be back, or we'll go cancer culture on him.
Hey, listen. Like I say, they say, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. I'll be there.
That's
Whoa.
what's
Well, let the people know where they can find you, sir. Let them
Yes.
know your tags, your handles. Go ahead. You can promote yourself.
Yeah, man, appreciate that, y'all. Listen, if you're on TikTok, you can find me at the Fly Insurance Guy or John B Money. That is my my TikTok handle. You can also find me on Instagram at the Fly Insurance Guy as well. Facebook, John R Beverly Jr. is my handle there on Facebook. So those are the three ways you can find me, y'all. I'm always promoting myself, my brand, and then I'm always promoting life insurance because that's what I love. That's what I do.
Well, we will make sure to follow and like you, so that way you can also find them through our page. Hey, we spread out love. Sometimes I already said it. He could do things I can't do, so I will definitely be able to help you out by connecting you to him. I'm not afraid of that. I prefer that you get educated more than walk away with nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. So I will make sure I follow you, and I will be hitting you up again on the side. You know, and Sandra, parting words before I let the people go.
Yes. Shout out to all the viewers tonight. Thank you for all the people that has liked, shared, commented, and asked questions. If y'all have a topic that y'all want us to talk about, you can email us at jointheroundtable.info@gmail.com, or y'all can always inbox me. But and if you want to be a guest on the show, hit us up. We're always open, long as you got some act right. But it's been another episode of the Round Table, you guys, and thank you so much, Fly Insurance Guy. Can't wait to have you on again.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of The Round Table. Thank you for joining us. It's been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure, and we will see you on the next one. We're out of here.